Hey, what's going on, everyone? Is anybody out there? What's up, Pang? How you doing today? Let's try to clean this video up just a little bit. Jammies, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Not too bad. Got some time to kill here before I leave the house. I'm actually off today. Unfortunately, I gotta go to a funeral this afternoon. But until then, just hanging out. Right on, Jammies. Good luck. Kill it. You got this, man. Just be yourself and be confident. All right. I got a couple mail calls. I figured I'd just do them live. Or why not? First one here got from Cranky Stacker. Man, this phone holder thing is crooked AF. Sorry about that. So the first one here is from Cranky. He did a silent auction on his community post. Beautiful bar. I was surprised that nobody else bid against it. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Hey, Rural. Thank you for giving this bar a good home. I appreciate it. Stay safe, Cranky. Cranky, thank you for offering it up to the community. I appreciate that. It is a beautiful bar. And yeah, I didn't expect to win this one. I thought there was definitely going to be some competition there. Space Miner, I did. I just got a bunch of time to kill, and well, I got about an hour to kill, and just rather hang out with you guys. I'm not used to having a day off, especially on a Friday, so I figured why not. Hey, Catcom, Penny Scout, what's going on, gentlemen? So let me grab my neck knife here, cut this tape open. Cranky's quickly becoming one of my LCSs since I don't have one. I don't know how many ounces I've gotten from him recently, but it's been a lot more than buying from anywhere else. So 2 Troy ounce piece, 20 out of 500, and it is an MK Bars Vikings, and it is pretty freaking sweet. This would be another desk piece, I'm sure, because it's a beautiful piece. Thank you again, Cranky. You said I'd go into a good home. I'll take care of it, but I wouldn't have been able to get it without you. So thanks for finding it, saving it, and putting it out to the community. I appreciate it. Jammies at Canon, yeah, it's a desk piece as well. Bang did a good job on that, for sure. I only got 2 other desk pieces. This Marlin here that I got ironically enough, from Cranky. Marlins have a pretty special place. Takes me back to a couple old memories. And then I got a Morgan here sitting here from Mustard and Gold, who is still alive and well. He just dropped the video. It was yesterday or the day before. Definitely check him out. I know he's been gone for a while traveling, but he doing well. Haven't seen him in a while, so it was good to see him put out a video. West Texas Stacker, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It is a nice bar. Like I said, I was surprised nobody else bid against it. Yeah, first MK bars I have. Probably the only one I'll have. But we'll keep it for sure. Yes, Jammies. Cranky is a fellow Cornhusker. I think you all are related out there. You, him, Warren Buffett. He might even be Warren Buffett. I don't know. Space Miner. Yeah, the Marlin, they make it in platinum. I think I've seen some Marlins in platinum. I think they're 3rd ounce, I think. That's what I saw. Definitely wanted to get one of them, but I don't know. I'm not stacking platinum. Maybe one day. But yeah, did get that one. Yeah. Walter. I'm having a blessed day. Thankful for the day. Hope you're doing well. Have a blessed day as well, especially to end out your week. I know you're out there working hard. Kalilo. Figured I'd bring on the after party. Got some time to kill. We'll get to the gold here in a second. Serpents, hello. Doing a little mail call here. This is from Silver Oceans. I'm sure you've all familiar with him. Ended up winning his drawing that he had, and pretty fun. Didn't see that before, but so if you're not familiar, he does drawings, and you have to guess what he's drawing. And I know it says there, should have probably covered that up, but he was drawing a scarf, which I guess is just this little piece. And he showed the picture, a piece of cloth coming out of treasure chest. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And what did I win? You're asking. Well, let's get into it. The first little coin here, and it is. I can tell you it's going to be one of my first things. It is a Kennedy. 90% silver, 1964D, $50. Those of you that might be surprised, it is my first and only Kennedy. I don't usually go with the 90%, so it'll probably stay out on the desk as well. I got that. This Morgan, they are the one and onlys that I have. Shocker, I only have one ASE as well that I got from the Punisher stacker. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. I appreciate that, Silver Oceans. Would have probably never owned one had you not gave it away. So yeah, appreciate that. Catcom says, Kalilo, go cut the grass. Work, cutting grass. I think I'd rather cut grass. Yeah, Kalilo, that cannon is pretty sweet. It looks pretty nice on the desk. And every once in a while, the sun will hit it just right. It's pretty sweet. Serpent says 1965p is 40%. This is a 64. So I don't know key dates. You all probably know them better than I do. but I would assume that Silver Oceans knows what he's talking about. And I don't know. I think it's still pretty sweet. Um, again, just because I never even had one, so happy about that. Yeah, Walter, you did win as well. I seen that. Congratulations on your win. Serpents won your first Kennedy from Pang. Cool. Pang's a good dude. Pang did the grass yesterday. Yeah, I'll be doing mine this weekend. That's for sure. Catcom won his first one from LBJ. Right on. Oh, you were Silver. You were saying yours was the 65. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Hey, Opal Rose. Good morning. The last mail call here. My good friend Mustard and Biscuits. I have no idea what this is. Rue. Enjoy this, Peter Pan MB. Yeah, so on Southeast Live, Mustard found out in the wild. He found the Peter Pan dime. Yeah, coined by Fish. I think that's pretty much sticking now. And for being at a gas station out in the wild, he's in very good shape. He got it in his change, and I believe the story is he went back in and picked up if he could buy the rest of them. And I know Biscuits is out there probably, but yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to say rainbow on that. He likes his Peter Pans. But thank you, sir, for sending that along. That's pretty sweet. That is gonna go right here in my little care package from you later. But with all the other coins you've sent along, so I appreciate that. Kalilo is, or Serpents is thanking Pang for his coin. That's his mom's birth year, also the year of the snake. It's kind of perfect for you, Serpents. Pang. Yeah, Pang, don't go dropping face pics on mine. Everybody will jump in and blow me up. I don't need that. I like the small community we got here. I'll be getting messages. People think it's me. Wife will get mad. Try to explain to her that no, they're looking for Pang. We're the exact opposite, Pang. If somebody's looking for you, they're definitely not looking for me. All right, Kalilo, this one's for you. I know you're probably working, but we'll get out some gold for you. Not much. Not much going on. You know, Kalilo was talking about his BMs for sale. It's one of the bison that he told me about off of there. Gave me some tips. Did get that off of there. That's one of the first purchases on there. I got first gold I got on there. So Space Miner, it's more than most. Yeah, it absolutely is. Hey, Ordinary Man. Hope you're having a good day today, brother. It is more than most, and I am thankful to have it. That's for sure. I feel like I might. I was gonna say, I feel like I'm missing some. There we go. Now, I mean, that's not. I got some bars floating around, little bars, but yeah, that quarter it is pretty nice. You know, and it's got a buffalo on it, so you know I had to jump on that. I really wish the U.S. Mint would make some of their buffaloes in fractional. That would be ideal. Got a couple Britannias, little 1/10 maple. What is this? This is my 1/4 ounce maple. A 1/4 ounce Britannia. A AGE and three by Buffalo. You know, nothing too fancy. Definitely focusing more on the 3/9s, 4/9s gold. Opal, no tornado threats today. Yeah, that's awesome. Glad to hear that. I think somewhere in Oklahoma got hit pretty hard with a tornado either yesterday or last night, something like that. Hope everybody's safe down there. So what's going on in the world today? Anybody got some good news they want to share? Iowa had a few. It's pretty crazy going on right now. Windy in Central Cal. We've been having some pretty decent weather over here. Got some artificial clouds up in the sky, but other than that, nothing crazy. Yeah, yeah, no snow in Ohio. No snow in PA either. It's always a good day when it's not snowing in PA. Space Miner, I'm with you, man. Um, I I'm also with the 4/9s or 3/9s on gold and silver. I figure, right, we've seen the same thing with refineries with 90% silver and so on and so forth. Um, or could we possibly see the same thing with gold? I don't know. I don't want to even guess, but I think at a very basic level, uh, pure silver and pure gold is going to be easier to liquidate than any sort of unpure. What's my total gold count? I don't know, Kalilo. It's not something I really keep track of. I probably should one of these days. I got 3 full ounces, or 4 full ounces. So that's 4 half, or I'm sorry, 3/4. Right? That's a quarter. Yeah. 4/10. So just over 4-ish. I mean, I got a couple grams floating around. 2.5 grams, 2 grams. Sober, what's going on, brother? Checking in from work. Appreciate it. Hope work goes smooth for you. Yeah. Yeah, I got the little baby buffalo. The other ones, I do have. Most Seans know I got 2 more buffaloes on the way. They're in the mail, so they should be here. I don't know when. We'll see. Probably a couple days. Yeah, probably just under 5 ounces. Probably a good safe bet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's funny, like junk gold, is buying gold really, is there a wrong way to do it? Um, Thought about making that video. I just, it doesn't, I mean, I guess the only way that I would say is the wrong way to buy gold is gold backs, right? But as far as that, I mean, it's different for everybody, right? Um, is there better ways? Probably. If you can only buy a certain type of gold or a certain fraction size or whatever, are you doing it wrong? I don't think so. It's, you know, tough to make an argument for that. OC Omega Stacking. How are you doing today, sir? Welcome in. When people carried and played in gold and silver. Yeah, Space Miner, you're right on. Right. If we were walking around with, gold in our pockets, uncapsulated, the the fine gold probably wouldn't be ideal. You know, I don't know that I'd even want to walk around with gold eagles in my pocket, even though you probably could. So it is a different time. And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, even the 90% dimes still have a bunch of war on them, wear and tear, right? So even that's not wasn't ideal at the time. So I mean, what really is, you got the coins today are pretty well worn too. That, like, this little token from Safari Sam's. I don't know if this was a global thing or a local thing, like a national chain. Um, but when I was a kid, this was pretty fun place. Think of like the McDonald's playhouses, except for times 10. It was like the size of like a shopping, Walmart or Sam's Club or a Costco, just filled with tubes and slides and rope swings and ball pits. Yeah, kid's dream. Then they had arcade, obviously, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese almost, but way bigger. Space Miner question: if you're the buyer with only enough cash for 1 ounce of gold and two cells approach, one pure, one not, what do you want to buy? Yeah, I'm going with the pure. I mean, yeah, you're gonna pay a little bit more for sure, I guess, but I don't know. I think all things equal, definitely the pure, but even at that, um, I don't mind paying up a little bit more for pure. It's just me. Again, I don't know if it's right or wrong. Time will tell. But in everything else, if I look around in everything else, right, purity is usually more valuable. Um, you can take that however, whichever way you want. But a good example of recent times, right, is the fuel. In my opinion, it's dilution, which is the liquid version of shrinkflation. But fuel's getting more expensive, so they're cutting it with more ethanol, and that's causing a lot of problems, right? So I don't know. I think historically, purity is more valuable, even if it's got the same gold weight. And also, I do math a lot like fish, so when I have to bust out a calculator to figure out how much something's worth or how much gold is in there or this or that, just asking for mistakes to be made. And I don't really care to make mistakes because I'm really good at making them and they happen frequently. So if I can avoid that as much as possible, That's my preference. Ordinary man, nothing in Pennsylvania, rural Pennsylvania is expensive compared to California. You are 100% accurate. But even at that, Pennsylvania's fuel is higher than most of the surrounding states, but it's by no means as expensive. And honestly, I might be weird, but I am not one that even really pays attention to the price of fuel. What am I going to do? Just walk everywhere? Like I got to get it anyway. I don't quite understand that. Even the people that are like, "Oh, it's 10 cents cheaper, you know, 5 miles down the road." Great. My time is worth something, and really 10 cents on a 20-gallon tank is $2. So, what's your time worth, and is it worth $2? However long it takes you to get there. That's assuming you have an empty tank. I fill up in the winter, I don't go below half a tank, and in the summer, I don't go below a quarter of a tank. So, that whole $2 savings doesn't even get the full amount for me if I go that route. Yeah, Space Miner, that's exactly what it is. And I even raise you one higher on that is I'll waste 20 minutes of my life to get there. And I don't really I don't doesn't make sense to me. Scout, you're exact. Silver Serpents, rural New Mexico is expensive. Yeah, I mean, it's fuel is not cheap, that's for sure. But to I don't know. Luckily I don't have to worry about it in the sense that most people might or some people might. I mean, it's a necessary thing, and I've been lucky enough to have be in a position where I don't have to worry about something like that. 20 cents cheaper 40 miles down the road. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's multiple things that go into that, right? Your time to get there, the fuel you're spending to get there. When you really run the numbers out, 20 cents on 10 gallons is $2. I think I messed that math up earlier. I said on 20 gallons, but your 10 work calls all the time. Oh no, we lost. I still haven't come back. All right, it looks like it's showing back on my end. I was saying that my Starlink that I have is way faster than the dial up that I had, but it drops out quite frequently. It also doesn't help. I mean, a lot of it's probably my fault because my Starlink tells me I should have a clear line of sight to the sky, and I do not. Yeah, with deer hunting without. Yeah, might I might. Walter was saying that there's a gas station about 20 minutes from me. They do a cash price that's significantly discounted than the store across the street that only does the card, right? So when that's the case, yeah, but I'm not going out of my way. Ordinary man, I'd be more worried about the Wi-Fi connection than the price of gas. Yeah, I don't have much. I don't have much. Many options out here, right? It's dial-up is terrible, or I can use the Windstream that cuts out but is blocked by a bunch of trees. Or Windstream was the dial, the Starlink, but it is faster. I work from home, so when I would work and my wife would get home, if her phone was connected to the Wi-Fi, I would be able to noticeably tell if it was or not. So we could have one device on the dial-up at a time without it, basically crapping out, which makes for, in today's day and age, not a fun living experience when nobody can basically use the internet from 9 to 5. Yeah, I mean, before that, I did have a cell phone based, cell tower based internet. And I mean, I have 4G 1 bar at my house. So uh, it wasn't the best either. But it's the trade off for living out here where I do. I mean, I'll take some slow, spotty internet over neighbors and uh, traffic, things like that. Hey, scrap metal racing. Pang, what am I doing today? I have a funeral that I'm going to head to here in about an hour. And after that, uh, got military honors for him, and a little luncheon. And then yeah, probably just work out, water the greenhouses. That's really the thing on the agenda today. Got to read yet for 75 hard. I got about 2 weeks left on that. Day 60, I think, is what I'm on. Already ran 4.5 miles this morning. Got that knocked out. Getting back into running pretty consistently now. Just switched from run a day, take 2 days off from running to running every other day. Doing well. Leg is not 100% healed, but it's not broken anymore. So working on building that up without breaking it again between now and October when I do the 100-mile race. 100 miles. 100-mile race, 17.7 thousand foot of elevation gain. Scrap metal, you are smurfed. Um, it's on a 31 mile hiking trail. We'll do that 3 times, and then a little 7 mile, they call it a welcome home run. Space Miner, what's it going to take to get you to diversify one more metal? I'm pretty good with gold and silver right now. I don't I don't know that I will. I mean, I got, as far as precious metals, yeah, just gold and silver. I think I got 1 gram of platinum somewhere. Um, but I got into metals. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this before, but I am, sorry about that. Hope you're still there. I just got a notification for a work call, and I am not working today. So, um, I got into metals because I'm heavily invested in the stock market, and uh, I don't have real estate that I plan on selling. Like, yeah, I own my own home. I own property next to my home, but the property I own has a garage on it. It's mine. It has all my fruit trees, or a lot of fruit trees on it. I don't have. Uh, there's just no plans for me to, quote unquote, downsize and sell it and move. Um, I live on a road that has my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my in-laws, me, my neighbor I'm real close with. So I guess if I were to sell it, it would be to family. So I wouldn't sell it at market rate, even if that was the case. It would be well below that. So I don't count any of my real estate in my investment portfolio. And because of that, being in the stock market as heavy as I am with no real estate to kind of offset that, I go in the metals as more of a slower mover historically, um, and wealth preservation a little bit there. So where most people that are invested in the stock market, they have a primary home that they are, kind of diversified in that. And with me, I don't have any more real estate. I sold all the rental properties I had. Um, and I wanted something that is historically a wealth preservation, slower mover. So contrary to what most people get gold and silver for, especially silver, thinking that it's going to skyrocket, that way why I got into it, and all these extra gains have been, really gravy. I kind of like to think of it as appreciation on a house. You don't buy a house primarily thinking it's going to appreciate, or a rental property. That's usually not factored into the equation. Um, and I'm not talking about forced appreciation. I'm talking about just general appreciation, right? You can buy a house, fix it up, and flip it. That would be forced appreciation. So that's why I got into gold and silver. Long story short. So as far as diversifying, I'm not looking at my metals so much as to make me money. I think there's opportunities there for that to happen, but I don't necessarily think it is the best place for me to make money and with the skills that I have. You'll let it slide with the grammar. Thanks, Space Miner. Appreciate that. OC Omega. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Yeah, and I'm not saying that other metals is right or wrong. I mean, it could turn out that it's the play to be, but for me, not for me. Not why I got into it. Pang, dream setup. Yeah, I mean, be careful what you wish for, right? Uh, it is nice. It has its pros, but it certainly also has its cons. Um, think of a nosy neighbor, but only even more nosy because they're your in-laws, and they, have a little bit more reason to be in your business than a regular neighbor. But there's, I mean, the trade-off is obviously there, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Land is a tangled web with high return and low liquidity. Stocks are great for the long hold gains, metals for the floor. Yeah, I mean, well said, Space Miner. I completely agree. And I'm also not one that says, "Oh, I'm never going to sell anything," because um, if land were to come up today and I needed extra money for it, I'm perfectly fine with getting rid of my metals for it. Um, just so has been the case that it hasn't come up around me. So, but that's why I got into metals. That's also why I don't feel the need to diversify more metals. I'm a very simple guy. I prefer simplicity over anything else. So, uh, another reason, why I like the pure gold and pure silver is because it keeps it simple. And if I start getting broad in my metals, um, I don't know, it does give you a little bit more options. I will agree to that. But for me, I like it. I like it pretty simple. Space Miner, you are correct. It is only profit if it sells. Yep, you're right. That's for sure. I mean, The recent run up in silver, right? All those people that had profit but never sold be quick to tell you that they didn't lose $50 an ounce from the highs because they didn't sell, but they also didn't make money either. Um, it's just how it goes. Same thing with the value of your house, right? It's only worth what somebody's going to pay for it, and until you sell it, that's whenever you actually find out what it's worth. My biggest flaw in overdiversification of metal is that a few of them have any real. My biggest flaw in overdiversification of metal is that few of them have any real swinging power in a moment. Space Miner, are you saying that because you have many different types of metal, you don't have a lot of one particular metal? Is that is that kind of what you're saying? Trying to understand that a little bit better. And if that's the case, I mean, I'm just going to run down that with like the stock market. I don't do individual stocks. I do ETFs with a bunch of different stocks in them, and it doesn't, like you're saying, you own part of them. If you went all in on Apple or Amazon or Nvidia, um, it you would have made a lot more than owning just a piece of it. But I'm fine with spreading that out and owning a little bit of all of them. Space Miner, it doesn't matter if the metal doubles, you only have an ounce. Okay, yeah. Right. Right. So like my little gram of platinum, right? Even if it doubles, it would be worth, I think I paid 70 some dollars for it. It would be 140 bucks. Not exactly groundbreaking. You're I'm with you on that. Um, yeah. I like the idea of diversifying just so that you don't have to pick a winner or a loser. You own a little bit of everything, but also to that extent, you don't have as big wins and as big losses when you're spread out a bunch. So there's a risk versus reward trade off there for sure. Um, all in on one type of metal or one stock has higher risk, but usually a higher reward as well. So um, it's different for everybody, but I'm pretty happy with being diversified in the sense that I have gold and silver. That's 999 because I look at everything in a total picture of it. I don't look at just my metals or just my stocks or just my other assets. I look at it as a one big basket, um, and whatever does well, that's how you get some more purchasing power, right? Pick off the winners, invest in the ones that are falling lagging behind, rotating. Pang, I need more nickel plated brass. Yeah, I need more space for nickel plated brass. That's what I need. Space Miner, this year I won't be buying much silver. I chose another metal to invest in and wanted to go full power on it in a hurry. Hey, absolutely. Um, it makes sense to me, right? Um, if you feel that that's going to make a better move, you got to have a position for it to be, I guess, impactful, right? Even though a 2% gain is a 2% gain um, across the board, but a 2% gain on $1,000 or a 2% gain on $100,000 is definitely different. Metal for breakfast. Good morning, folks. Good morning, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. So, who's got good news for the weekend? Anybody doing something fun? Looking forward to anything? Any good news at all? I don't have anything going on this weekend other than just working around the homestead, getting things caught up. I got a bunch of stuff that is growing very well in the greenhouses. I think I only lost one bush and one tree over winter that didn't make it. So pretty happy about that. This the Omega's back. Welcome back. Pang, gonna get a turkey leg or chili cheese fries. I challenge you, why not both? Live it up, my friend. I'm currently on a carnivore diet, so that turkey leg sounds pretty freaking good. Trying to lose a bunch of weight. I think that was part of my problem when I broke my leg running. Was at the time 240-pound guys probably shouldn't try to run as much as I was. So I'm down almost 40 pounds. I'm at 202 last measurement. Probably just a couple days ago. I'm probably below 200 now. If I can get down another 15 pounds, uh, it's a lot of less impact on my legs. That's the plan between now and then, anyway. See Omega giving a shout out to Kalilo and his awesome video. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Right on, Pang. Yeah, I mean, my goal originally was 205. Kind of blowing past that. So, next stop's probably 195. If I can get to 185, that'd be super. Then after this race, I'm going to get back into weightlifting and actually bulk back up. I think a good fighting weight for me is around 190, 195. So it's a good baseline for me, I think. I was 185 in high school my senior year, which I was doing a lot of weightlifting, playing sports and everything. And then 2 months later, 3 months later, whenever I was at boot camp, I was a scrawny 165-pound skin and bones. That was too little. So serpents get up to 140. I think I'm back. It says I'm back. We'll see. Yeah, I'm right around 6'2". Depends on who's asking. In a lineup, probably 5'11". I tell my wife I'm 6 foot. I think my driver's license is 5'11". I don't know. Shrinking though, that's for sure. 5'11 and a half ish. Yeah, it changes day to day for me. I identify as 6 foot, but I'm probably closer to 5'11, especially when I shave my head. Feel weak under 190. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I haven't been under 190 in a long time, but right around 200 now. I definitely could use a little muscle, but that's not the name of the game right now. For me, this stage of my life, I'm trying to be a little Forrest Gump. Once that's done, though, again, I'll go back to weightlifting and chopping wood, things like that. Riding a bike for cardio. Jesus in silver, 5'10", 190-ish. Right on. Welcome in, buddy. He's a new channel. You guys should definitely go check him out. Enjoy his content. Yeah, I've never been a too skinny other than when I was in boot camp, but that doesn't count. Everybody's skinny in boot camp. Short and stocky. I've always been a kind of uh, wider, wider framed guy, but I don't know. I want to be able to carry a bunch of weight and move quick. That's my goal. So, other than Pang, nobody else has any good news. Doing anything fun this weekend? Pang's going to a carnival. Gonna kiss his bride on top of the Ferris wheel. Yeah, 145. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds in boot camp. 185 down to 165. Looked like a freaking skeleton. Wasn't a pretty sight. Was not a pretty sight. Jesus in silver. Happy anniversary. How many years? Yeah, yeah, for sure. 18 years. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. That's awesome. I've been with my wife for 17 years. We've been together, but only married for 8. 18 years is awesome. Good for you guys. We need more of that in the world. All right, everyone. I am going to go get ready. Gotta get dressed yet. And I appreciate you stopping in. Walter with 32 years. That is fantastic, brother. That is awesome. I dropped a link in the chat there to Jesus in Silver, new channel. Definitely go check them out. Subscribe if you're not. Putting out great content. And yeah, till then, everyone, have a blessed day. Enjoy your time while you have it. Go out and do something awesome. I appreciate you all. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.